VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for. You doing, Steve, you dick? You big dick. Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. Man, I'm just filming VanCam, there's nothing crazy about me. Everybody, how are you doing? And welcome to the not world famous, oh yeah. Yeah, it's my job to try and cheer you up. Since the last VanCam, we had a disgraceful performance against West Brom. Can we call it a performance? We didn't even turn up. And we beat Bournemouth then as well. But Man City are champions. The inevitable has happened. And us delaying it at the Etihad, I mean, we knew it was going to happen. But I think it was just the manner in what actually happened at Old Trafford. Seemed to me like a few of the players thought that actually beating City was like a massive thing. Now, don't get me wrong. It was great to win the derby and that. But maybe they did over-celebrate it. And at the end of the game, there was that point where Pogba, you know, against Man City sort of went to wave the players to all go running at the crowd and that, and you think, is this a mentality thing? You know, this isn't our season. You know, we've not turned into what Man City were like 15, 20 years ago, have we? Where we think, well, we haven't really won anything, but as long as we beat City, you know, down with that kind of shit. No, no, no. Coming up, I will discuss West Brom very briefly, but coming up in this week's show, and in this order, we will do the big VanCam debate. Giggity giggity gig gig gig. VanCam wouldn't be complete without looking at that big bushy-haired nipple. He's called Fellaini. It's soul destroying, man. 120 grand. We will do Cockstroker of the Week. Top 3 this week. If you've got a problem with it, just deal with it anyway. And we'll do your comments, a look at your comments. It explains itself, doesn't it, really? But yeah, the West Brom game. I mean, how can you go from putting in a second half performance like that against Man City to just not turning up? And how many times is this going to happen this season? We don't have 1 or 2 players that don't turn up, you know, have a bit of a shit game. We're talking the majority of the team, barring De Gea. You're talking about 8 or 9 players. And this has happened so many times this season. West Brom are dog shit, man. And I know you might smile and laugh, but how it just says we are in second place. Are we just the best of a bad bunch? I don't know, but I do think United have progressed. But what I will say, that West Brom performance was absolutely diabolical. And I think the players need to have a hard look in the mirror at themselves. Yeah, Mourinho picks that team, but we didn't park the bus. Look at the players that were on that pitch at the final whistle. And we created nothing, really. West Brom weren't brilliant, you know what I mean? They didn't play us off the park or anything. Yeah, they're fighting for their lives and that, but have some pride, man. You know, for the fans. Do it for the fans, if not yourselves. Like I say, is it a mentality thing? We're missing a leader, aren't we? We've not had one since, like, Roy Keane. I know Rooney, you know, he was a different kind of captain, but still, just that person on the pitch that when things aren't going well, you just say, dickhead, come on. You know, Pogba, stop dicking about with your hair, man. And he got that right. You know, like, that could have gone tits up at the Etihad. If they'd have won the league that day and Pogba's got blue and white hair, you know, maybe he should start dyeing it the colour of the opposition team each week. That might help him out. But he did do well against Bournemouth. We got Tottenham coming up, big semi-final. We need a big performance from the big players. It's time to step up now because the league is done and dusted. We finished second. That's as high as we can get. And let's hope to Christ we can get the FA Cup in the trophy cabinet, because you might think it papers over the cracks for a bit or whatever, but I think it would constitute a half-decent season. It gives us a summer to rebuild. And the West Brom game, again, I'm going to go back to that. How do these players not realise, apart from playing for a semi-final place, they're playing for the futures. There's loads of players littered in this squad. They're playing for the futures. So start showing it! Anyway, let's get into the first part of the show, which is the big VanCam debate. I've got the poll from last week, the result. I'll let you know. This week is a hypothetical question, which it just means something that you've sort of made up, but it could happen. I think so. Anyway, let me know what you think. Get involved in the poll. Here we go to the big VanCam debate.
The big VanCam debate.
Giggity giggity gig gig gig. This is the big VanCam debate, and before I set this week's question, which is a hypothetical question, if you don't know that, look it up in the dictionary and it'll all become clear. But anyway, last week it was on Man United and whether they had progressed this season under Jose Mourinho. Now I wonder if the voting would have been affected by that defeat to West Bastard Brom. Well, I've got the poll result for you. The suspense is killing me. Here we go. It's going to come out now. 95% of people, you lot, the Vammers, said that yes. Yes, there it is. Yes, Man United have progressed. And like I say, Sunday, that dismal performance against West Brom shouldn't really change that, because we're looking over a season. We're looking at the bigger picture. This week is a first. I've got, like I said before, if you just looked it up, a hypothetical question. I think that's the word. I'm sure it is. I'm arguing with myself. I'm debating with myself right now. But anyway, here's the scenario. Anthony, Tony, Martial doesn't look very happy, does he? I know he always comes across that. He looks a bit moody and all that. But here's my question. You've got Gareth Bale at Real Madrid, yeah? Hello, Gareth, lad. You all right? Yeah, you've got Gareth Bale and you've got Tony Marshall. Cheer up, Tony! What's wrong with you? Anyway, my question this week, Real Madrid in the summer offer Bale for Martial. Straight swap, taking into consideration that Martial is a lot younger, but Bale is in the prime, but again, he has got injury problems, but he's the real deal. He's the finished deal, yeah? Are you having that? Anyway, as always, let me know what you think up here. The poll will be running. Little circle with an iron, click on it, get involved. As I say every week, it's a yes or a no. There is no sitting on the fence. Muscly men like me, if we sit up on the fence, it goes and you fall straight through the middle, splinters in your ass, you crack your tailbone, and you also get one of them funny bone injuries, which are not funny, they hurt. But there you go. Would you swap Bale for Martial? Straight swap. Hypothetical question, but it'll give me an inkling of just how much United fans rate Martial. Because what we have to say is he's got huge potential. He could have a great career ahead of him. He could be as good as he wants to be. Can he realise that? Or would you take Bale, who for 4 or 5 seasons could be sensational for Man United? I think he's a player that was almost born to play for United. I know that sounds strange, but I just think he would fit in and he'd get what it's all about, being at a club like United. Get involved in the poll, and this shit will be back next week where I will tell you the result of that poll.
The big VanCam debate.
Laid back. That was the big VanCam debate. Make sure you get involved in the poll. Drop a comment. Do whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. Just do it. Go ahead and do it, yeah? Yeah. Next up. VanCam is never complete without looking at the world of Marouane Fellaini. Some say that as a child he was bullied for having shit bushy hair. Some also say that he still gets bullied now for having shit bushy hair. All that we know is he's called Fellaini.
McTominay has it.
Great balling. The big man! Bushy head tit! Of that, you dickhead! This is the not world famous Fellaini Watch. If you've not seen it, it's the part of the show where we delve into the weird and wonderful life of a man with bushy hair who's basically a crusty nipple. Oh yeah, that's what he is. Anyway, we all know that Marouane Fellaini is going to leave United. That's if he can get a club sorted. Now, we've heard all kinds of shit over the last few weeks. Liverpool in the running for him, PSG, Monaco, and this week is no different. Although this week a club have distanced themselves. They've put themselves, you know, a wedge between. They've basically said they're not interested in him. Right, this club has had legends in the middle of the park. They've had Zidane, Davids, Nedved, Pirlo. You know what I'm saying? And apparently they were looking at signing the Bush. You guessed it, it's Juventus. And this week, Mail Online put out a thing. It said, Juventus turned down chance to sign Marouane Fellaini as midfielder looks set to leave Manchester United. As if they would be after the Bush. But anyway, it went into it and it said, the midfielder is poised to leave Old Trafford, we know that, but this is the bit that got me and it proper tickled me. It says, Juventus aren't interested in signing Fellaini due to his playing style. What style? As well as the fact that at the age of 30, he is now entering the latter stages of his career. Which basically, if you read into it, should just say Juventus aren't interested in signing Fellaini due to his non-playing style, his shit style of football. We don't want to be lumping balls into a big man. Plus, we don't want Krusty the Clown. We don't want to turn Juventus into some kind of joke club, a freak show. You know what I'm saying? At the age of... What's age got to do with it? He's absolutely dog shit. Football 365 followed this up with a story saying Fellaini to follow the money out of Man United. Marouane Fellaini will leave Manchester United this summer because he wants an increase on his £120,000 a week wages. It's soul destroying, man. 120 grand. I blame David Moyes for panic buying and bringing him in, but 120 grand a week. This bushy head tipmaster is on. I can't believe it, man. Can't believe it. But just when things couldn't get any weirder, we played Bournemouth, didn't we, in the Premier League, a game that we won 2-0. Fellaini started that game, and I think we all knew that something would happen. Now, whether it was him falling over, elbowing somebody, you know, some kind of fuckery like that anyway. But to my surprise, I could not believe my eyes. This man is playing. Basically, he's like, I'm on show, you know, who wants me? And after 5 years of finally trying a Cristiano Ronaldo chop, it finally come to fruition. Is that fruition? Not asked anyway. Fellaini, the big man, has been trying this for 5 seasons at Old Trafford. We've seen him clip his own heel, fall on the floor. We've seen him scurrying around on the ground, all dazed and confused like some kind of pissed up hippie on Hackney Marshes on a Sunday morning. But this, my friends, here it comes. Woo! Woo! 5 years in the making. Oh! 5 years in the making, and Fellaini finally pulls it off. I've got to say, it was delicious. And like I said in the build-up, Lionel Messi apparently has pictures of Fellaini on his wall. Zinedine Zidane wants this guy at Real Madrid. Who knows? That is the weird and wonderful life of Fellaini. That was Fellaini Watch. Yeah. Come on, mate, let me out. Thank you. That was Fellaini Watch. The man, the myth, the legend, pulling out those silky, silky skills. What a man. What a man. He won't be missed one bit when he leaves at the weekend in the summer. What am I on about? Losing the plot. Anyway, let's get into the next part of the show. Formerly Wanker of the Week, we now call it Cockstroker of the Week. There's plenty of people out there that stroke them. Let's find out who the number one is this week. I've got a top 3. Enjoy. Yeah.
Cockstroker of the Week.
Hard work and dedication. I never meant to get this big. I'm a monster, man. This is Cockstroker of the Week. Formerly was known as Wanker of the Week, but it's Cockstroker of the Week. If you've got a problem with it, just deal with it anyway. Coming in at number 3 this week is Karen Brady. Now, I've not actually thought this one through. She probably has stroked a few cocks in a time. Fanny liquor of the week, fanny finger of the week. I don't know where I'm going, you get the gist of it. Karen Brady is in at number 3 purely because West Ham are in a relegation battle. And what do you do when they're in a relegation battle and they're playing Stoke like 15 minutes before the game? She only went out and tweeted this. Yes, it goes along the lines of, watch my new TV programme this evening. And rightly so, Karen Brady was absolutely destroyed by West Ham fans who questioned why she wasn't at the match and why any of them would want to watch some shit with her in. Karen Brady is obviously, we all know her as the, what is she, like the vice chairman of West Ham. So she's, you know what I mean, she's up there on the ladder and all that. High as high can be, but anyway, she takes the number 3 spot. And like I said, West Ham fans were not happy and they absolutely destroyed her on Twitter, and rightly so. Number 2 this week is Dele Alli, who's actually come out and said that even if Spurs don't win the FA Cup this season, it will have been a successful season. Yeah, I mean, the mentality of these kids, I tell you what, how can you turn around and say that if they finish in the top 4 and don't win anything, that's a great season? Do you know what? It's spinning around, man. You're turning into Arsenal. You don't get anything for qualifying for top 4. Yeah, you get that Champions League place. You don't get, you know, a trophy at the end of the year, at the end of your life or whatever. You know, when you retire, you know, your grandkids say, what did you win, Dele? You know, and he says, nothing, but we qualified for the Champions League and we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup. Nonsense, Dele, down with that kind of shit. Number 1 this week goes to Manchester City. Now, I'm quite happy to hand it to Manchester City because it means that they've made history. They've gone and done the treble, you know, EFL Cup, Premier League, and now wanker or wankers of the week, cockstrokers of the week, whatever you want to call it. It's purely for this video. Now, I know people might say, Kev, this video wasn't done by City, it was done by somebody else or whatever. I really don't care. City must have given it a thumbs up because there's advertising in there. The City players are involved in it. This, my friends, is a joke. I've cut it down because basically when I watched it, I was traumatized and couldn't sleep for nights just through laughing. But check this shit out. This is how low Man City have stooped on winning the English Premier League. If you're happy and you know... Do you know what? If you're happy and you know it, just keep it to yourself. Nobody else wants to know. What a shit song that is. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. I swear to God, we've had the Poznan, inflatable bananas, shark hats, the fucking full lot. If this crowd chant somehow takes off at the Etihad, football is dead to me. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. Do one, dickhead. And use... the wankers, sorry, the cockstrokers of the week. Can't get used to that. That's it for another week. My friends, it's been emotional as always. Whew!
Tell you what, mate, you're a cockstroker.
Oh, you bastard. That was wanker of the week. Let me know if you agree. I can't see how anybody can disagree with that Manchester City video. Fucking polls everywhere, man. Yeah, the Man City, they've scooped the treble this week by getting cockstroker of the week as well. That video, I know United have done some shit things in the time, but for me, City are in a league of their own. Yeah, on the field and off it with that kind of shit. Down with that shit. Anyway, we always end the show with your comments, so this week's no different. We're going to fly straight into it, get a pick of some of the comments, read them out, and like I always say, if you get it read out, that is your life made, you know. You be happy. Here we go. Run the shit, man. Woo! Hairy nipples. Yes, this is the end of the show. It's your comments. It does exactly what it says. It's your comments. Time for you. Shower of bad sarcastic wankers to have your say on anything. These are taken from Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you know, all of that social media shit. Now usually I would end with really good ones, but this week somebody has gone out of their way to actually promote VanCam, and this is a big one. I was going through the emails and I see a VanCam legend himself, John Vallandigham. Now he's from America. This was the email. Hi Kev, I've been making trips through Manhattan wearing a VanCam on YouTube shirt, uptown to downtown, and getting a lot of attention. It was funny to see groups of people pulling out their phones and looking up VanCam. Hope this helps. I've enclosed some photos, yours, John. Now this was, if that didn't get better, we actually have photographic evidence of this man who is just ready to be inducted into the VanCam Hall of Fame and earn legendary status. Are you ready for Mr. Vallandigham on his one-man solo tour of America promoting the not world famous VanCam? Here he is! Look at the man! I absolutely love this. He's actually taken to the streets in a t-shirt, a VanCam t-shirt. Now VanCam is not, you know, we don't do merchandise, but the man has gone to the trouble of making up his own t-shirt. It says VanCam on YouTube and even says Go United. This is dedication. This is exactly what I like, and more photos to follow here. Look at Mr. Vallandigham, man. He's like an Ozzy Osbourne back in his prime, and that head of hair, I swear to God. Do you know why you've got hair like that, Vallandigham? Because you're worth it. Because you're worth it, brother. I absolutely love that. That's a man going out of his way to promote VanCam. He didn't have to do that. He did it for the love. And I love you, sir. Speaking of legends and people that are in the VanCam Hall of Fame, Dave Birtwistle got in touch and said, going back to the bad old LVG days, and copied me in a picture from the West Brom game. Now we all know that under LVG there were fans falling asleep in the ground, there was all kinds of shit, you know, boredom going on. So West Brom, we went back in time. People were actually stacking coffee or tea or hot chocolate, whatever you want to put in it, cups, cardboard cups, plastic cups, whatever, onto somebody's head who was steaming and falling asleep. And that was the kind of, you know, there was more entertainment going in the crowd around this guy than there was actually on the pitch, which really is a shame. But that's United fans here, you know, when shit's happening like that, you've just got to entertain yourselves. Lucy on Twitter said, introducing at Liam Johnson 2 and Marg Crawley to the perfection that is VanCam. And you can see what's going on. There's a theme of people that are dedicated to VanCam, and they're spreading the word so that I don't have to. I don't have to put the t-shirt on and stroll out in the Manchester city centre, mainly because I'll probably get mugged and get the shit kicked out of me. But fair play again. I'm going back to Vallandigham. What a man. Woo! Smoking. I've got an apology to make for last week. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've got an apology to make for last week. Last week's cockstroker of the week was Paul Lake. We all seen the video at half time. City were 2-0 up. Paul Lake said, "This is my favourite derby ever. It's the nuts." And United won 3-2. Doesn't matter now because they won the league anyway, but it was good at the time. But for some reason I credited Dave Birtwistle with the video that was sent through, when in fact it was you, sir, Jade Adams at JCBA. But he'd copied Birtwistle in. For some reason I've seen Birtwistle's name and he really gets on my tits, that man. Like Birtwistle said, I can't take credit for it, I must be in your head. And you are, mate. I'm constantly on the hunt for you. When I'm at Aldi, doing the shopping, you know, where the cheap beer is, the shit, cheap foreign beer, trying to bite. Bert Whistle will be here one day and I will grind him down. Also outside the school gates, because I've heard that's where he hangs around. But we'll cross paths one day, sunshine. Take my word for it. Nabil Mohammed said, Kev, you legend. Or is that legend? No? It's legend. You deserve your own TV show. VanCam is awesome. Listen, if MUTV are watching, I would be able to tone it down and we'd be able to go out live, you know, for a family kind of atmosphere. I don't think I could, really. Got something in my eye. Not crying. Phil Unsworth. Now, this is an interesting point. He said, Kev, mate. Yeah? He didn't say that. He said, in these politically correct times and in the name of diversity and inclusion, the term cockstroker and wanker are no longer appropriate. The preferred term now is solo-sexual. Don't want to see you getting into any trouble with the PC Brigade. You're welcome. I was just ready to say thank you as well. Thank you very much for that. I'm back to the drawing board. Gonna have to come up with a new one. Viking Red, who is trying to get into the VanCam Hall of Fame with Vallandigham, Bert Whistle, Duncan Orr, Andrew Glass and all, you know, the community. He said, Kev! Big capitals. Another classic to the collection. Thank God for VanCam. Thank God. Thank Kev for VanCam. It's nothing to do with the man up there in the clouds. Down with that kind of shit. Nick Pearson said, brilliant show, Kev. Had me laughing so hard the wife thought I'd cracked. I propose a new way to enjoy your Friday nights, people. Grab some beers and take a swig each time Kev says, like I said. Oh, I see what's going on here. Do I say that a lot? VanCam drinking games. So go back through the video and every time I say, like I said, but it is, you know, like I said, yeah. Pearson's getting right off his tits now. It was 2 swigs within about 0.5 of a second. But like I said, VanCam, the gift that keeps on coming. Anyway, like I said, see what I'm doing here? Pearson's right off his tits, man. Sandeep Kalahimagikada said, fantastic to listen to you, Kev. Your singing is fantastic. Let me know if I got the name right. I pretty much think I've just boxed that right off. Stay Clint said, is this VanCam the VanCam I've been waiting for? You know it is, sunshine. It's Friday and this shit goes on every week. Hope you are enjoying it as we close in on the end of it. Adrian Smith said, you're looking rather dapper here, Kev. Cheeky bastard. Cheeky goggle eye wearing bastard, bearded bastard, hairy bastard in fact. I am not this kind of gobshite. I am not. Grim Reaper Grace on Twitter said, also at Kevin Ashford 7, has anyone ever told you look like Ernest? Lol. Cheeky bastard. Ernest goes to bastard camp. That's an insult, and look at a set of Newtons on him. It just gets... Right, last one. Dave Birtwhistle said, this is how VanCam intro will look in 25 years. And he's copied in Paul Chuckle. I hope this is not the Chuckle brother. Let's have a watch of this. Paul Chuckle said he's just got carried away with grease in the car. I'm not liking this at all. Bastard is the mix between a twat and a bastard, and that he's a bastard, you're a bastard. This is just not fair. How many times is not Barry Chuckle, it's Paul Chuckle? This is the thing, man. I'm going out tonight and people are bringing and grinding me down. How am I supposed to go out if there's a group of people at the bar laughing? You know, I'm getting paranoid. I'm over it. What are you laughing at, you bunch of dickheads? You think I look like Paul Chuckle? They'll probably be like, no mate, we're just having the crack. Yeah, because I'm paranoid, it's in there, and Birtwhistle's got in the head again. That is it. I'm cutting it up. What a shit way to finish a show. Anyway, United played Tottenham this weekend, FA Cup semi-final. Get involved, all the usual ways. It's all up here. You can get in touch at Kevin Ashford 7. Facebook at Kev's VanCam. Yeah, you've really thrown me there, Birtwhistle, you bad man. Oh, and last week I was on the United Stand podcast talking Manchester United. I'll put a link in the description. You can get on there, subscribe to the podcast, and on YouTube as well. If you want to have a listen to Kev being awfully serious, we had a right good chat, man, about the shit match that was West Brom. We talked Paul Pogba, we talked Martial, we talked all kinds of shit. You can get on there, and Kev, it's like normal Kev. I can go into this mode where I actually sound like, you know, what I'm talking about, like I know what I'm going on about. So get in there, drop a like on that, drop a like on this now as well. Nice one. Comment, share the video for Christ's sake. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Tell a friend. You don't get any vouchers. No Marks and Spencer's vouchers here, sunshine. I just haven't got the money for it. Right, it is an FA Cup semi-final this weekend. Hopefully we win. We need to be going back to Wembley again. We need to lift the FA Cup, finish second, and we can just about say it was an all-right season for United at the weekend. Come on! United! Yeah! Whee!